Hello, my name is Andy Rayan, and I am doing in-womb gene editing therapy. So, according to the World Health Organization, millions of pregnancies worldwide are affected every year by severe genetic or birth disorders discovered before birth. But imagine being a parent sitting in the doctor's office and hearing that your unborn child may suffer from a disease that could completely change or shorten their life. Most parents in that situation will feel helpless because there's often little doctors can do before baby is born. I feel like that's a hypothetical scenario we think about all the time, or at least one of us has thought about before. But now imagine hearing something completely different. Imagine hearing your doctor saying, "We may actually be able to treat this condition before your baby is even born." The idea sounds crazy, but new developments like gene editing technology are making it more realistic every year. Scientists are now exploring ways to edit genes inside the womb before diseases can fully develop. This technology completely could change medicine and potentially save millions of families from heartbreak. According to the National Institute of Health, rare genetic diseases have already been identified, and many affect children in life or even before birth. Researchers estimate that a rare genetic disorder affect 25 to 30 million Americans. Some of these diseases can have chronic pain, organ failure, even death during childhood. Conditions like fibrosis, sickle cell disease, muscular diseases, all these diseases that have no permanent cure could have the possibility of having a cure as well. Because many of these conditions begin developing before birth, scientists believe they could treat them before and give a child a much better quality of life. This is why researchers are exploring treatments like in-womb gene therapy. This topic matters because advances in medicine affect everyone. Even if we're not directly impacted today, these technologies will probably be huge in the future. As we're all familiar with, like, medicine is insane, like insanely profitable, which is not a good thing, but technology is always improving. Today I'm going to explain what in-womb editing therapy is and how it can affect the future of medicine. First, I'll explain what in-womb gene editing therapy is and how it works. Then I'll discuss recent advancements in gene editing technology, and then I'll explain the benefits and ethical concerns. Now that you understand why genetic disorders are such an important issue, let me explain how the editing works. The editing therapy works. Like, even the name, like editing therapy, like, I get the suspicion around it, but in-womb gene editing therapy allows doctors to treat genetic disorders before baby is born. Scientists can identify harmful genes during pregnancy. Advanced genetic testing, once they locate the specific gene causing the disease, they may be able to target and repair or replace the gene before birth. One of the main tools scientists use is called CRISPR. Works almost like a molecular, like scissors. It allows scientists to cut specific sections of the DNA and potentially saving and replacing defective genes with healthy ones. What makes this so important is timing. Many genetic diseases begin damaging the body before a baby is even born. By the time symptoms appear after birth, permanent damage may have already occurred. For example, certain neurological disorders begin affecting the brain development while the baby is still in the womb. Researchers believe that early treatment could reduce or prevent severe development problems later in life. A lot of research from the Mount Sinai database, it shows that editing may help treat neurological disorders before symptoms even fully develop. So I guess it's like a gamble almost. You kind of have to realize that the baby's having a problem. I don't know. They have to like spot the problem or just check. Another reason why scientists are interested in treatment is because unborn babies have smaller bodies and developing immune systems. This means treatments may spread more effectively through the body once you attack it early. Even though this technology is still being researched and it's very early, animal studies have shown promising results, and scientists have successfully edited genes in mice and other animals before birth to reduce deadly genetic conditions. It is increasing fast though. Like, now that I explained how the process works, let's look how technology is actually improving. So years ago, this seemed impossible, and now it's possible. It's kind of like AI in 2023. You looked at it and you're like, what the heck? Now it's going to take over the world. And my job and your job. But hey, you know, scientists are constantly improving tools that can precisely edit DNA. Early versions of gene editing were less accurate and carried greater risk of mistakes. Newer technology is more safe and reliable. The technology is called CRISPR, like CRISPR. What it does, it allows scientists to make targeted genetic changes with far greater precision than ever before. Scientists can now identify exact sections of DNA connected to specific diseases. Researchers around the world are investing billions into this. In recent years, scientists have used gene editing successfully to treat certain blood disorders patients before birth. So, if you want to start investing, I think this is a good investment because it's actually working. And they've already got a lot of investments. Even more interesting is that technology is actually developing. Human Gene Project, whatever. It mapped all human DNA and it took over 10 years and billions of dollars to complete. Today, scientists can analyze a person's DNA way faster than a fraction of that cost. Many people support the editing because it could prevent suffering and save lives. Other people worry just ethically. Where should they draw the line? Are they playing God? It has major benefits and concerns. One major benefit is that it can prevent life-threatening diseases before a child is even born. Instead of treating a symptom later in life, doctors may someday stop diseases before they even develop, which is great. But, for example, children born with severe genetic disorders often require lifelong medical care. Some families spend years moving between hospitals, specialist treatments, spending so much money. I'm sure this is a lot of money too, but there's also risk. One concern is long-term effects. We're unaware of it. It's like when people get vaccinated, we're unaware, like, is there any hesitation? But there's ethical concerns too, like altering human genes. I get it. I understand it. And it could be unethical, it may seem like. Others fear this technology could eventually create inequality, for example. If gene editing becomes inexpensive, whether families have access to treatments or enhancements, like we're in America, it's so expensive, medical at least, and it's hard. But today I introduced the idea of in-womb gene editing therapy and how it can impact the future of medicine. I explain how the process works and how scientists may be able to treat genetic diseases before birth. Then I discuss how gene editing technology is rapidly moving through advancements. And then, like I mentioned earlier, this technology could potentially prevent serious diseases before birth and completely change the future of healthcare. But it also raises the question of ethical concerns. So whether people oppose it, one thing is clear, gene editing is no longer a science fiction. It's becoming a real possibility, and the future of medicine, it could shape the future of medicine severely.